Good afternoon, everyone. This is Woody Collins with Congo Helping Hands, and it's another day of talking about the Congo. So we have a good subject today that we're going to talk about. But first, I want to recognize one of my new folks. How you doing, Tim? You coming in from Pennsylvania, the land of bears and turkeys. How about that? Glad to see you on, and we hope that you come back again. So the subjects that we want to talk about today are the new COVID virus statistics out of the Congo that was released a couple of days ago, and they were talking about it. And also, we're going to talk about motorcycles. And I will tell you about what's going on with motorcycles. And we actually have a couple of videos that we're going to show on the use of motorcycles. And you're going to even be surprised that tomorrow uh, that we're going to talk about some other things. So, uh, and thank you, Tim. Shout out to the Congo. All right. So they released new statistics for the Congo that was released, and the Congo went up by 15 new cases. Most of those were in Kinshasa, and if there was any cheer, I would probably say yay, because one of the things that we've been looking at is how it has spread to the interior, and most of the cases are still in Kinshasa, the capital city, that is the most developed city in the Congo, and we hope that they continue to get that under control in the capital city. Uh, but they're currently at about 10,800 cases, or less than 800 cases, and 275 deaths. So that's way lower than some of our states have 275 deaths. And as I said once before, the reason why they've had so few deaths is because of the number one, the younger population that they have in the Congo. The median age is about 15 years old, so it's a very young population, and the actual rate of infection, if you really looked at it, if they had the testing facilities, it would be probably about 20%. So they have a lot of infection rate, but you have a lot of younger people walking around asymptomatic, and the older people are the ones that's actually dying and from the virus. Second thing is that you do not have the testing that's going on. So without the testing, you can't determine who is dying from it. And even if somebody dies from it with a weak population and a health system, they didn't do the testing, and for sure, they're not going to go out and start testing bodies that have died. Maybe the health authorities or probably don't even know who all died in the Congo, because in a place that you don't have insurance, or there's no reason to document a death to the state because you're not getting all those types of things. So anyway, Congo has been doing very well, but we're really fearing if it leaves Kinshasa and goes to the interior where there's less facilities, less hospitals, that it could be more devastating, and the death rate would really pick up uh, because they don't have medicines or whatever they're taking. So that's what's going on in the Congo. But what I read this morning, when I read that report, there was a a picture of some motorcycles on the front of the report. So when I read the article, I thought, what are these motorcycles doing there? And what had happened is the World Bank, back in May, they bought a lot of motorcycles for the Congo to be able to reach people and take care of trying to stop the COVID-19 pandemic. and it got me to thinking about motorcycles are very convenient. They're a convenient way of traveling, both in Kinshasa and definitely out in the area where I'm at, out in the Kasais. We use motorcycles in town, and we even use them to go out of town because it's a lot faster. And if, as I talked about yesterday, the travel is so difficult in the Congo, where you can take to go 58 miles, it takes you 2.5 hours to go 58 miles, 93 kilometers. So it's very, uh, bad roads there. And that was on a good road that they had just repaired, that they was able to go 58 miles in 2.5 hours, because previously they had reported that to do that trip, before the road was compared, it would take them a whole day to do it. So it's a lot of stuff that's going on, and I got someone here, Kapung Pumpa. He's talking here on the WhatsApp, and he's got a whole bunch of stuff there. Look like not sure where he's from, and 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 Tim, my buddy Tim again, he is paging Brian Schumann. So okay, so I don't know if Brian is on. I don't see him there, but Brian, come on in. And as a matter of fact, what I'm going to do, just in case, I'm going to allow, uh, right at the end of the show, we will bring some people on and see if you have any questions. So I will put the link in there, Tim, so that if you want to come on, I know that you're a live streamer also. If you want to come on and say hello to everybody, we'll do that at the end. But what I want to do now is show you some of the travel that we did on motorbikes. And here is me out when we were going out of town. And you can see this is one of the roads, and you can imagine trying to go down the road in a car. So okay, that was me on the back of a motorcycle. We were going out to a farming field that we were doing some farming, and we did drive a vehicle out there a couple times, but it took much longer to get out there in a vehicle. As you can see, the road was overgrown, and in spots it was pretty bad. So that's a typical road. Now here is, I want to show you in town here. Here's me riding on the back of another motorbike, and I'm going across town to a meeting or something like that. So here's another video.
In Kananga, we have a lot of moto taxis. They're more like Ubers. They will come pick you up. You can tell them where you want to go. They take you. Uh, they take you through downtown or wherever you want to go. But they also will make errands for you. If you need to have some grocery items picked up, they will go by and pick them up. We use them to pick up things like petrol, eggs, uh, things that you like, commodities that you don't have to worry about. And then they will drop you off at wherever you're going. So I take a motor in the morning, and then I take a motor back home in the afternoon, unless I feel like walking. But it's very convenient. You just give them a call, and we have about four that we use regularly.
So that was me going in to work at a for a meeting, and then I came back home later on the motorcycle. And this is an easy way to get around town, and you don't have to worry about all the a vehicle or something like that. So that's one of the things. But tomorrow we will talk about. And thank you, Lou. Lou is saying if I'm going to be there more than a year, plant these pineapple tops so they can have pineapple for breakfast and everything. So, yep. Thank you, Lou. Lou's another person that comes on and keeps me straight and serves as my backup there. Thank you again, Lou. What I want to do right now is uh, I want to put in the chat here post a comment, and I'm going to put in. Okay, I put in the chat the link to coming on the for Tim, and if he wants to come on, I would be happy to have you here. And what I'm going to go ahead and do, Tim and everyone, is this is what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to talk about motorcycles and how they're used by the health authorities. And these are the motorbikes that was on the cover of the article that I saw this morning when they were talking about COVID-19. And this is uh, these are motorcycles that were donated by the World Bank to the government of Congo. So you can take a quick look at that. Yeah, those are brand new Yamaha 125. Uh, it's they call the DT 125. And so I've used those to go out to the field, and I rode on the back of those quite a distance. And I tell you, even though you get to places a lot faster, it it is it really hurts your back a lot. So it was a tiring day, but we were able to make the trip in one day, and we went a lot farther than 58 kilometers. But it was a tiring day, and it was my first time riding that far on the back of a motorcycle. So we're going to talk about how most of the agencies, they use a lot of motorbikes, especially in the areas or in the rural area where there is no roads or really bad roads that you can get out to see sick people and deliver medicine, go to check on the status of projects and things like that. So that's what the World Bank had bought these motorcycles for, is to be able to try to cover and also try to stop the COVID-19 pandemic by buying the government some Yamaha DT 125s. So that's what we got. And please, tomorrow, uh, stop back by tomorrow, and we will talk about some of those, how they're being used, and it's a great thing, but one of those things that you also have to know how to ride a bicycle, if you're going to be a doctor or you're going to be out in the rural areas. I actually had to I never drove a motorcycle until I started going to the Congo, and then I'm still not proficient at it, but it's still a way to get around. So thank everybody for coming on, and take care of yourself and your families. Be safe and be blessed. And we will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Sorry I was a little late today. I had was taking care of some business, and I got tied up in with a doctor's phone call, so it was a little later than uh, with the phone call. So thank you so much, and this has been Woody Collins with another episode of Talking About the Congo.